Ah yes, the dear old 60s. If you weren't bouncing around on a pogo stick or giving yourself a hernia with a hula hoop, chances are you were at home, sitting in front of the telly watching World Championship Wrestling.
James E. Barnett presents World Championship Wrestling.
And he's flying. Again, he turns on him. And oh, what a great wrestler.
It's war, and I'm declaring it!
So again, he's ripping.
No peace!
Abdullah screaming like a pig, squealing like a pig, as if the dogs have hold of his ears. He's screaming and yelling as a pig would.
From 1964 to 1978, Saturday and Sunday at 12 noon was set aside for televised ringside mayhem.
Wallaby Bob trying to pull off Abdullah Butcher. Big Bad John is holding the legs.
He drives Bill into the turnbuckle.
Every weekend, great big blokes in swimming costumes would tear each other apart in the middle of our living rooms, and we loved it. Wrestlers like Mario Milano and Abdullah the Butcher became household names, and kids all over the country subdued their mates with sleeper holds, atomic drops, and the dreaded abdominal stretch. And if the wrestling looked intense, the interviews went totally ballistic.
Until we destroy Big Bad John, we're gonna wage war.
Big Bad John is holding the legs of Mark Lewin.
Sometimes when things got really out of hand, the referee would get stuck into the action as well.
Wallaby's fighting for Lewin, but Wallaby's being picked up. Oh,
Although this wasn't always such a great idea.
This Manicure, Caesar ruled Rome, and Gary Hart rules wrestling.
We'll be back immediately following this important and formative interlude.
The success of World Championship Wrestling turned wrestlers into household names, but unfortunately, not many of them are around today. My father was the late, great
Sheik, Waddy, Ayub.
Well, unfortunately, Dad passed away when I was only 11, so I really didn't get to know him as well as I'd like to. But as I was growing up, I decided to look into what my father did, because a lot of people were telling me how famous he was. That's how I got interested in it. He was a master of his profession, and he held various titles around the world. The Southeast Asian Championship, the European Championship, the All-Asian Championship, and the Middle East Championship. We see my dad wrestle, you say, oh, mostly Lebanese followed him, and Mario Milano, most of the Italians followed him, and the Greeks normally followed Spiros Arion.
And there's his victory hand.
Wrestling was the first multicultural sport. I'm currently putting a book together about the history of professional wrestling.
Describe the animals that we have there. Big Bad John's men, they're just animals.
Big Bad John, he was in a pub one day and someone